Alright? First and foremost, I'd like to begin by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Machakodash, governors unto the apostles, and others of great men school who do you well. Peace and blessings to the saints, our community elect. This is Brother Corner from the GMS campaign Trinidad. Come to do a short edification, an edification lesson because I just reach home and I start going to some news, and while looking at this video from RT, I was going to share it with you all, right? It it said on to other things. Dollar is the strongest currency. Dot dot dot. No more. Slash 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 RFID chip. Because this is where it's going to boil down to. Alright? It's going to boil down to the RFID chip. This is the year of Karagma. Alright? So, as again, all praises and honor glory unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, double honors unto the apostles and elders of great news who do you well. Peace and blessing to the saints of our community elect. Alright, so without any delay, alright, I just want to share my screen with you all, brothers. Shalom to the Akim and the money comment board. I doesn't get to see the comments because I have I could try and open it up. Let's hold on 1 minute, Baba. Anyhow, let's proceed. One minute after. Right? So, without no long delay, I just want to play this video here real quick. Right? Let's get the video. Let's get the video back. Sure.
US lawmakers have passed a two-year budget deal which will allow the government to raise spending by hundreds of billions of dollars to cover its debts. The bill passed. US lawmakers have passed a two-year budget deal which will allow the government to raise spending by hundreds of billions of dollars to cover its debts. The bill passed the House earlier this week and is heading out to the Senate, which is expected to approve the measure next week. The deal is expected to head off a potential debt default this autumn and should be a big relief for the market. Under the agreement, the government's spending will be raised by $320 billion. According to reports, it will increase the budget for both military and domestic programs. Despite the optimism in some quarters, though, economist Peter Schiff thinks the deal will only bring short-term relief.
The dollar is going to collapse because the only value that it has is confidence. But how can you have confidence?
The only value the dollar have is confidence, which goes into the word for fiat, right? Means let it be so, right? This is the only confidence the US dollar have right now. But guess what? The scripture said, I'm gonna read a quick precept of the and then after follow through with the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 11, right? And it reads, Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9, the things that had been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. All right. Now, when Rome was going to fall, right, the money started depreciating. And this is what going to happen here. Dollar is the strongest currency, no more. All right, because hey, America in debt. How could a country print their own money and end up in debt? All right. So the money not backed by the gold anymore. All right, the money is not backed by the gold anymore. So guess what? This kingdom is on the downfall. And it had an article I was trying to find back. All right, where the IMF, one of the board of the IMF, one of the workers of the board from the IMF was saying it is a 50-50 chance that we will have to go to the monetary, all right, which is the RFID chip system, all right, based upon the economy, how the world going, all right. Now these devils is the people who created majority of the disasters, but it's only through Yahweh Hashem Yahushai giving them the authority too. But I want to jump the gun later on we'll go into it.
In a currency where the government is going to have to print so much of it because it has so much debt. The national debt is really a pile of unpaid bills. And the reason we're raising the ceiling is because we can't pay our bills. and we have to borrow more money.
Hey, and who they borrowing that money from? They're borrowing that money from the IMF, right? Now, I was in the bank recently, and guess what? The US dollar depreciated. The petrodollar depreciated. It was 7 point something, now it dropped to 6 point something, right? And then keep going down. But listen to this.
So that we can pretend that we can. But it's going to be impossible to maintain this pretense indefinitely. This budget deal is a disaster. It should be a wake-up call to our creditors that we are never going to get control of government spending.
US economy is the biggest in the world with a GDP of more than $19 trillion, but even that hasn't.
You hear what the man just said? They will never get control of government spending. All right? Because they have nothing to bring back in revenue to pay off their debt. All right? Babylon has fallen. Surely Babylon has fallen.
Fell fears of a financial crisis because of national debt.
More than 70 years ago, countries all around the globe put their trust in the US dollar.
The dollar is the strongest, most widely used currency in the world.
Among the strongest currencies in the world for a long time to come.
We are an economic superpower.
Money's going to be moving here. It's going to be moving to the dollars-denominated currencies around the world. It's going to move to the United States. So I think we're just in the beginning of a bull market in the US dollar.
Till this day, it remains the strongest global currency. Everything from oil to timber. But is it really that strong? The US national debt is currently $22 trillion and growing every second by
25, $45, $22 trillion. You understand? The US national debt. All right? To the US Treasury Department. We didn't go
around
on.
$45. Since dropping the gold standard in 1971, the Federal Reserve was no longer obliged to redeem the national currency for gold, effectively allowing it to print more money. In the 6 years after the collapse of investment giant Lehman Brothers in 2008, the US printed $12 trillion. That's a stack of $1 bills reaching a height of 1.3 million kilometers, or stretching 4 times further than the distance to the moon. But you'd think, print more, and it's worth less. Except, it's not when it comes to the dollar. Because of its status as the world's reserve currency, everyone depends on it.
We are doing so well. Our country is becoming so economically strong again, and strong in other ways too, by the way, that the dollar is going to get stronger and stronger. And ultimately, I want to see a strong dollar.
Another currency.
Hey, this man is a forger of lies. All right? Salakia. He's a forger of light. This is Isaiah 19. All right? And verse Isaiah chapter 19. Let's go ahead and 1 minute after. Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 13. You know what? Read from verse 11. Surely the prince of Zoan of fools. All right? Because Zoan was the capital in the land of Egypt. All right? So it's saying here, surely the prince of Zoan of fools and the counsel of the wise counselors of Pharaoh is become brutish. All right? But we could class Donald Trump as a Pharaoh. All right? Which we know he's a puppet because the elites really in control over him. All right? But it's just to show how he's a puppet and trying to show the nation well, everything going all right. Well, no, everything is very critically bad. Which we give all praise and glory to how bad Hashem Yahushua for, because hey, we're glad to see the downfall of Babylon. All right? We're glad to see the downfall of Babylon because we know there's home time. All right? This is home time. So reading on, how say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise and the son of the ancient kings. All right? Because you know here Donald J. Trump saying, hey, we money is getting stronger and the economy is building back. All that is a fairy tale. That is a fairy tale. That is just a lie. All right? That is a lie because when they go to the banks right now, all right, the US dollar is 6.8 and it decreasing. The petrodollar losing its value because they are in fiat state, meaning let it be so. All right, they have no goal to back the amount of money that they are printing. All right, we don't know. I'll jump to verse 13. The prince of Zoan have become fools, the prince of Nob are deceived. They have all seduced Egypt, even they that are the steps thereof. All right, even they, because hey, the Lord mingle and preserve spirit among them. All right, they were the Lord doing, the Lord showing them, hey, all to the end at the statue of Daniel. All right, all to the end. This is the end. All right.
Known for its global domination, the Roman denarius. Almost pure silver, it was the backbone of the economy. But gradually it began to lose value, with less and less silver used in the coin. Eventually it became worthless. The status of
And this is a perfect example. This is the perfect example with America. This is the perfect example, Babylon the Great. And as I read earlier on, Ecclesiastes 1 and 8. Alright? There is no new thing under the heaven. And the scripture say in Romans chapter 14, alright, Romans 15 and 4 say, whatsoever thing were written aforetime, alright, were written for our learning. Alright? So these things were written for our learning. Alright?
Rome and the denarius as an economic guarantor worked just fine for centuries. But as many markets prove, sometimes simple trust is not enough.
The dollar collapses, that's going to be a relief for the world economy. There will be some temporary disruptions, but overall, it's going to be a very good thing for the rest of the world because they will no longer be forced to extend a gigantic subsidy to the United States. Of course, it's a much bigger story for the United States, a different story. The ride on the global gravy train is going to come to an end. Americans are going to see a precipitous decline in their standard of living as everybody abandons the dollar because the United States has abused the trust that the world has placed in the dollar because we've used the dollar's reserve currency status not only as a weapon to try to force do what we want, but to allow the government to continue to expand. All of this has been made possible by the world subsidizing.
Yeah, because hey, the reason why they had that power because the Most High give them it. But guess what? The Most High taking back the power right now. All right, because hey, they have a lot of these islands which are the province, and it's the same thing when these kings come into power back in the ancient time. They had plenty province with the conquered. All right, and they used to bully them, and if they don't want to do it, they want to overthrow them. Like right now, all right, the scripture said, Jeremiah 51 verse 7. All right, the nations are mad. Are really precept. The nations are mad. That's the reason why now you're seeing Iran rising up, you're seeing Russia rising up, you're seeing China rising up, all right, to fight against this system, because the scripture said, and they shall hate the whole. The dragon shall hate the whole. These other countries that will join unto her, they are going to hate her. Jeremiah 51 verse 7. Babylon had been a golden cup in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. All right. So that's the reason why you see these nations rising up, because they ain't going to take that walk over no more. Because the Lord is the man, according to the book of Isaiah 13. The Lord is the man mustering the host of this battle. All right. He's the man mustering the host. He's the man mustering the host of this battle. So that's the reason why he putting it in their spirit. He putting it in their spirits that they will beat the pring hooks into space. All right.
Us through accepting the dollar and holding it as the reserve currency. But we are abusing that privilege. We are using it to grow our government at the expense of our economy, and it's going to lead to a horrible day of reckoning.
Yeah, the man correct. It's going to leave a horrible. It's going to be horrible. All right. So with that being said, right, I click. I went on to this. Now let's see if there is it here. Right. So now I want this to be explained. What is the international monetary funding? Because every time America borrow money, all right, they borrow from the international monetary funding. Now the international monetary funding is owned, all right, by the elite. the Rockefellers, all right, the Rothschilds. So they are the people who were set up, all right, to the Most High. The Most High put them there for that particular purpose, all right, to lead the world to go in to the state of the RFID chip. That's the reason why it has something called the hack machine, all right. That's the reason why it have these things. So now we're going to take.
On June 30th, 2015, Greece missed a major loan repayment deadline to the International Monetary Fund. The IMF provided 32 billion euros in emergency loans to keep the Greek economy from collapsing. So why did the IMF take a risk on such an unstable economy? And what exactly is the IMF? The IMF was created alongside the World Bank in 1945 as overlapping finance arms of the United Nations. The World Bank focuses on financing and investing in developing countries, as well as eliminating poverty. The IMF primarily monitors exchange rates, stabilizes international monetary systems, and fosters global financial cooperation. Since World War II, the world's economies have become interdependent on each other through trade and investment. While this helps strengthen the global financial system, it also creates weaknesses in the economic chain. When an unforeseeable
So now your economic chain getting weaker, all right, and your economic chain is talking about the economy food wise, all right, because if your economic chain getting weaker, which means your food going on get less. But the scripture prophesied that in Ezekiel, I will break the staff, all right. And where's your staff? Your staff is something that just hold it up, all right.
crisis like a recession or a natural disaster destabilizes one nation's economy, that can severely affect dependent countries. The balancing force of the IMF prevents any potential domino effect in collapsing economies. The IMF is one of several global banks that provides loans to troubled economies to promote a stable world economy. The IMF and its sister organization, the World Bank, tend to serve more Western interests, like the US and the EU, while other global banks, like the New Development Bank and the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, serve Chinese and Russian interests more. In total, the IMF has 188 member states. After the global financial crisis of 2008, African countries were hit hard. The demand for imported goods from Africa declined, and international growth rates slowed. In response, the IMF proactively made billions of dollars available to places like Ghana at extremely low interest rates. With this support, Ghana's growth rate increased to over 9% in 2011 and remains.
All right. So basically we get the point concerning the downfall of our economy. On a the word I will look for, like, a disaster, a natural disaster. Now I was just reading, all right, and I was going to the heart because these are the people who created these things to cause, all right, these countries to fall, all right, like Haiti, Japan, all right, China, not China, Slovakia, this other country we're getting to is Japan. We're getting tsunami, right? But these things were created by these Rockefellers and the elites, all right. They will set this up so that they could bring this into the play, that the scriptures will be fulfilled, and the Most High who put it that way for them to do it like that, all right. This is Revelations 13 and verse 16. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. All right. And that word mark goes into the Greek word called charagma, which means to insert, all right, engrave and print, all right. So the so-called white man want to put an embargo on these people. A matter of fact, on the whole earth. But guess what? The Most High going to stop you in your tracks. But it must happen. It must happen. All right. It must happen. So he's setting up these different frequencies, like the harp, all right, to send earthquakes, to modify the weathers, all right. But all that is to cause because when a natural disaster takes place, all right, is a effect on the economy because roads are mashed up, people can cultivate, People can't pick, people can't drive, certain things can't move. All right. Look what going on with tortillas and these other Caribbean islands going up there. But they send the hurricane, all went in the same pattern. All right, all went in the same pattern. So now I want to read this. You know, I just gonna jump around a little bit. All right, but the main point is down in the bottom here. What I would like to read. All right, HAP is a target of conspiracy theorists. All right, a conspiracy theory is an explanation of an event or situation that invokes a conspiracy by by sinister and powerful actors, often political in motivation. When other explanations are more probable, the term has projective con- connections, implying that the appeal to a all right, by going on and on. But guess what? When you go into the Georgia Guidestones, they want to depopulate the world to 500 million. All right? Like Esau. Like Esau. So, you know what? He had to send these destruction. All right? These things like Ebola. All right? AIDS, HIV, cancer. All right? This is why he's doing these things to depopulate the world, to set up himself like a god. All right? This is Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. He said, let no man deceive you by any means, for that the day shall not come, all right, except there come a falling away first. And guess what? Babylon the Great, America, she's falling away. Look at the dollar, it collapsing, as we just watched earlier on in the video. All right, the dollar is collapsing. All right, that is the falling away of the so-called white man, because he the last dregs. The scripture say in Revelation 12, all right, I'll read it. 1 minute. Babakosha. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice. Who to rejoice? The children of Israel, the children of Yasha'Allah, the hopefully elect, the Bacarium. All right. It said, therefore rejoice, ye heaven, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. So the devil know he have a short time. All right, which is Esau, the Edomites, the elite. They know they have a short time. So guess what? They're going to turn up the heat. They're going to turn up the heat. So they're going to let this economy collapse, that the dollar will be no more needed. All right, and they're going to make that RFID chip mandatory. Mandatory. So that's the reason why they have all these different activities taking place. These were the modifications taking place. All right, because they are being called from the higher heads who rule this earth. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Wherefore, where and who is he? All right. He covered the face of the judges, the true judges of the earth, which is the children of Yasha'Allah. All right. So going back here, who claim that is capable of weaponizing. All right. So now I went into weaponizing. All right. Weather warfare is the use of weather modification techniques such as cloud seeding for military purpose. That is bullshit. All right. Under the for the military purpose cause, right? They're really doing these things that because they have could send earthquakes, could send storms, all right. Under an auspice of the Air Weather Service, the United States Operation 4P used the cloud seeding over the high Shin Main Trail, increasing the rainfall by an estimated 30% during 1967 to 1968. All right. So this is a so-called secret weapon. That's the reason why Haiti get a big earthquake. All right. That's the reason why, because hey, that is judgment from the Most High first and foremost. But this is the weapon. All right. These things is the weapon. Esau living by the sword, which he was created to. All right. He's perfect in his wickedness. All right. He's perfect in his wickedness. So now I want to go back to this. Commentators and scientists say that advocates of this theory are uniform as claims made fall well outside the ability of the facility, if not the scope of natural science. All right, but this is something that they have in place. All right, to create these earthquakes. All right, these to these um these earthquakes, these great storms. These are the things they're using. All right, because this is part of the warfare. This is part of Esau warfare, and I'll read the scripture. All right, this is Genesis Genesis 29. No, Salakia. Genesis 27 and verse 40. I read from verse 39. I read from verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. All right. And who rule in the earth? As we were watching the video earlier on. All right. When the man said that the money, everybody wanted that US dollar. All right. So that's the why they could do all these things to these other nations, because they were set up to rule. The Most High set them up to rule. All right. The scripture can't lie. The scripture said that I'll come back to that scripture in Genesis. Let's see if I can get a scripture here, Baba Kosha. Right? This is the book of Daniel. The book of Daniel, chapter 4. Right, 1 minute after. Book of Daniel, chapter 4, and verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, all right, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, intend that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. All right, Esau, and you is a man, a vile man too, a profane man. All right, he ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the beasts of men. All right, and the Most High give you this power, and now you want to set up yourself like if you is some kind of God. You understand? You want to try to reverse the Most High judgment when he make a man cripple. You want to make him see. All right, when the Most High make that man blind, you want to put this chip in them and say, hey, you all go see. And let me read over the scripture, because they are bare Yahweh precept. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. All right, read it on. I read it over from the starting. From 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that they shall not come, except they come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed. All right, which is Esau. And guess what the scripture said in Joel chapter 2, verse 28? All right, the Lord will pour out his spirit. All right, which the Lord did. All right, because a lot of people is talking about the rfid check. And guess what? Guess what? The man of sin is revealed, the son of perdition. The word perdition goes into to judgment, or somebody who's to be eradicated, all right, to be wiped out, who opposed it and exalted himself above all that is called God. All right. So you set yourself up on high, all right, saying that you were impoverished, will come back and build the desolate city. But guess what? The Moses said in Malachi chapter 1, he said, you will build, but he will show down. Because you is not no God. The Moses going to destroy you alongside your whole generation. Or that is worship. Because hey, these people have Tija Borgia stick up in the houses. All right. When they see a white man, it's like they see God and the humble self, they get quiet, in knowing that this is the devil that the Bible speaks about. So that he, as a God sitting in the temple of God, showing himself that he is a God. All right. So you try to use your RFID chip to make a crippled man walk. All right. Make a blind man see. Make a deaf man hear. You know, trying to pose yourself as God, trying to show, well, hey, they have another way. But guess what? The Most High gave you that. And what the scripture say in Proverbs chapter 16? Pride going before this, pride going before destruction. And right now you in your prideful state because you feel you on top, you feel you run the world, the so-called elite alongside the Rockefellers. All right, you all feel you're on top of the world. But the scripture said in Luke 11, a kingdom that is divided against itself. And right now you're divided against yourself because these so-called Russians, which dwell in the land which Ishmael, all right, used to dwell, Gog and Magog, all right, these so-called Russians are Edomites, and you're fighting against yourself. And guess what? The Most High the man put that preserved spirit upon them. All right, sitting in the temple of God, showing himself that he is a God. All right, but hey, the Most High going to burn you down. The Most High going to burn you down to the ground. O virgin daughter of Babylon. All right, Isaiah 47 verse 1. Sit down in the dust. Sit down in the dust. You're going to go into uttermost confusion. The Most High going to burn you up utter, utter. That's what the Most High going to do. All right, that's what the Most High going to do. He going to burn you up. All right. So you and your chip and all those that take the chip with you, they're going to be burnt up. Thus says Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Mandatory. All right. So let's look into this. RFID. Oh, sorry. CHI. All right. RFID chip in humans mandatory. All right. So now let's scrolling through. All right. The human the human microchip implant is typical and identified integrated circuit device or RFID with specialized controls by the FDA, all right, which is the food something something, but let me still look it up real quick, all right, still look it up real quick because hey, the Lord gonna bring uttermost judgment and they did all collapsing, you know, all right, FDA, Food and Drugs Administration, all right, and right now they and ODPM, which is in Trinidad and Tobago, all right, they are linked together, all right, the FDA, because the bill is passed in Trinidad and Tobago, the RFID chip is passed in Trinidad and Tobago, all right. So let's go back to this, all right. That that year, the FDA also published a draft guidance describing the special controls required to market such device. All right. So the FDA give approval for this. All right. They give approval for the RFID chip. All right. They all confederate. All right. Why you're probably getting a microchip implant someday? Microchip implants are going from tech great novelty to genuine healthy tool, and you might be running out of good reason to say no because they what they want to do. They want to use it, all right, and put it to you as convenience. But the scripture said, Revelations 14, right? Revelations 14 and verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying, with a loud voice. If any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark, all right. If any man worship the beast and his image, falling after his philosophies, being in his spirit, all right, being in the so-called white man's spirit, like, hey, just the other day, the 2 days ago, watching the celebrate LBGT, fire bomb this little army on here too. You understand? The Most High going and judge this place for the wicked judgments, the unrighteous decrees. Revelations 14 verse 9. And until the angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which is poured out without mixture in the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire, yeah, with these nuclear fires, all right, and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, all right, and in the presence of the Lamb, Yahushai, because they were the Lord coming to do, the Lord coming to bring judgment upon his adversaries, all right, and the trying to let you know, hey, they convenience is for health, all right, but guess what? In this ship, all right, it have a shockwave that could fry your brain in it, all right, it have a shockwave that could fry your brain in it, all right, and hey, the Swedish citizens taking this like normal, but guess what? They were rewarded to be put to death. That's the Abashim Yahushai. All right. This is um this is what going to happen. All right. In that day, then you have Revelation 16 verse 2. And the first went and poured out his veil upon the earth, and they fall in noisium and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast. All right. And that because had seven angels were given to hand the earth. And that when the nuclear bombs going on hit. Because the scripture said in Joel, all right, Joel chapter 2, when I pull it up real quick, this is the time. This is the brink, all right, of the day of our Lord. All right. This is the brink of the hopefully elect settlement our apostles come all the way down. All right. We're gonna be changed from this vile body into the incorruptible. We're gonna put on the immortal. So right now we're immortal. All right. This is Joel chapter 2 and verse. I just going to get straight to the point. All right. Um. Ba, 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 ba. All right. I read from verse 11. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army. All right. For his camp is very great. For he is strong that executes his word. For the day of Yahweh Shemir is great and very terrible. Who can abide? Who can abide? All right. Let me jump up verse up. I'll start from verse. I'll start from verse 7. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march every one on his way. And they shall not break their ranks. Because the Most High Spirit going to be upon these nuclear missiles. All right? That would the Most High Spirit going to be upon. Well, the angel will be, guiding these missiles to hit. That's the reason why Russia have the hydrosonic missile. All right? That's why they call it interballistic interballistic missiles because going out of the universe and coming back down. All right. So from one end to the earth and reaching to America, let me say in approximately 20 minutes. I could be wrong. All right. It could be less than that. I just given an average. All right. He said, neither shall one trust another. They shall walk every one in his path. And when they shall fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. The sword represents these defense missiles that America so-called have. All right. It wouldn't be wounded because the Lord's Spirit will not be upon it. That's what going to happen. The Lord's Spirit going to be upon this, all right, to destroy Babylon. Because the scripture say in 1 hour, this is let me bring it out. Revelations 18, all right, and verse Bub, 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 bub. Oh, one day. Bub, 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 bub. All right, I'll just read the one more finding. All right. Romans, Revelation 18, verse 8. Therefore shall a plague come in one day, Salakia, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Haba Hashem Yahushai power who judgeth her. All right. Strong is our power. So the Lord aid is verse 10. Stand afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, the great city Babylon, the mighty city. All right. Hey, right now you're on top. You know these other nations fear you. You know, but hey, right now the Most High put it in the spirit to rise up against it. And we give all praises and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for that. All right. You say, Alas, alas, the great city Babylon, the mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment. 1 hour is thy judgment. All right. 1 hour. Then the scripture said, in Psalms 37, verse 10, I sought the wicked diligently, but they were not yet found. And then what the Lord going to do to you? The Lord going to destroy you, Esau. That's what the Lord going to do. The Lord going to destroy you. All right? Believe it or not. That's what the Lord going to do. The Lord going to destroy you. All right? The Lord going to destroy you. And all they that follow your philosophies. Two-thirds of all people are going to be destroyed in fire because the scripture said it. Some of you shall, if some of you suffer loss, you shall be saved by the very fire. All right? And that what the Most High going to do. The Most High going to destroy this place. Believe it or not. That currency falling. All right? The rfid chip is coming into play. Right? If I could just share one thing really quick. If I could get, all right, concerning, you know what? I'll do that in a other video. I'll do that in another video. You know, this video just basically was some information I was reading upon, you know, going through certain things. I hope it was edifying to the virgin and the Archeum. All right, this is the Yakaragman, you know, the great year that our elder apostle to have, you know, gave it. And guess what? You know, when this happened, you know, the prophecies must come in measures of time. As the scripture said it in 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1, measured out the time diligently in itself. All right. And this is how we measure it with the measuring stick. This is our measuring stick here. You know, all praises all the glory to Yahweh Shai. All right. And you know, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Kalaliam, La Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kodash. The belongs unto the apostles and elders of great millstone who do well. Peace and blessing to the saints that Akim made the elect. All right. And the brink of going home, Shalom Akim. Kalalali Habashim Yahushai, but what Lababal, Shalak Rayam, Sishon, Shalom, Kidibakariam.